Today we're making a trifle and we're starting with graham crackers, and I am just going to break these up and put them in the bottom of the dish. Now you could be using cake and that would be delicious, especially if it's a homemade cake, but you can use store-bought cake too, pound cake, angel food cake, whatever. And now that I've got these all broken up, I'm ready for a layer of lemon curd. And I'm just going to drop it in here and there and spread it around using an offset spatula, or try to spread it around. Look at those graham crackers. The first layer is the hardest because it wants to wiggle around. Okay, now we're going to add some strawberries around the edge so it looks pretty. And you could also go with raspberries. And I'm going to add some blueberries here and there. It'll give a little surprise in there, but of course I'm going to garnish with blueberries later, so I guess it won't be too much of a surprise of what's in here. And now I'm going to put a layer of whipped cream. Yum. Love the whipped cream. That's mostly what this dessert is all about. Okay, now we go for another layer. We're building layers here. This is where you could put your cake, but again, I'm using graham crackers. Super easy because they're already made in a package. Now the graham crackers are going to get a bit soft in this whipped cream because it's going to be sitting around for a few hours or even in the fridge overnight. And hey, desserts in the fridge early, you'll feel so good about having this done and ready to serve your guests later in the day. And it's going to look lovely and taste fabulous. Again, this is lemon curd that I made in the kitchen. The flavor is absolutely delicious, and just looking at it makes my mouth water. Anyway, you can get lemon curd in your grocery store, or you could skip it altogether, but I'm not sure why you would want to do that. Now we're ready for another layer of strawberries. This time I'm not going to layer on the outside, I'm just going to do it in the center. Lots of berries. You know what I mean though. Maybe I'll put some blueberries on the edge of this layer. See, you can make it up as you go. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect little heart. Oh, here's another one. Now I'm going to take blueberries and I'm just going to kind of press them into the edge here because this sounded fun to do. You know, I love to make mosaics with tile, and I feel kind of like I'm making a mosaic right here with this dessert. I'm positioning fruits in different spots, and hey, this lemon curd is acting kind of like my mortar when I use tile. That's cool. And I'm happy with how that looks. Now it's time for another layer of, you guessed it, whipped cream. It's going to be so good. All right, so here we go. Leveling out the whipped cream. What a beautiful layer. You know, this is fun for kids to do too. You can have them do it in little juice glasses so they make little individual servings. It's going to be messy, but hey, how much fun are they going to have? Kind of like me right now, having lots of fun. You could have kids do the servings you'll give to children, and you can do the grown-up one if you like. Now it's time for the next layer, and you remember the graham crackers. It's kind of like making a lasagna, a dessert lasagna in a round boil. How cool is that? Lots of fun here. All right, now we're going to break up these crackers any old way, and we're almost to the end of our crackers, so we're just going to fit in the last few pieces. All right, so they can overlap, that's no problem. And since we know it's our last layer of graham crackers, this ought to be our last layer of lemon curd, so we're going to put it all in here. Spread it out to the edges. You know, it's easier to spread this layer because I'm not reaching down so deeply into the dish. All right, here we go. Oh, yum. Look, see this on the spatula? I'm going to eat that part, but I'll do it later. Oh, here's the love. Here it is again. You know, I'm going to do another layer on the edge here, but this time we're going to see those hearts. Let me see if I can find, that's a little bit like a heart. I'm going to do that one there. This one, I'm going to kind of separate and make a heart. I hadn't even planned to do hearts, but when the strawberries are giving you hearts, hey, make hearts in your trifle. That's what I say. Okay, there we go. That is beautiful. Some more hearts here. I'm going to see if I can break up this strawberry just a little bit, see if it can give us a heart shape. Well, I think it kind of did. I can use my imagination. You can too. That's what we're doing. We're just having fun with this trifle. I mean, some desserts, they're more high stress, but this one, it's just fun. Okay, I think I'm out of hearts. If I saw the heart theme a little sooner, I think I would have planned for it on the edges. Now, for the center, if I were doing the top of the trifle right now, I would put the inside of these berries up, but I'm not, so it doesn't really matter how I put them in here. We are going to do some berries on the top, but I'm not going to add those right now because if I do, the berries would bleed and make the whipped cream look red and kind of stained, and I don't want that look. There, that's perfect. Lovely. On this layer, I'm just going to sprinkle blueberries around, and this is going to be so good. All right, here we go. And of course, last layer of whipped cream. And I want enough to fill this up and even seal that last layer of strawberries so you can't see them. I'm being a little more gentle with this than I was with the other layers because I don't want to make a big mess on the edges. And I think I'll even scoot down those berries just a little bit, putting that whipped cream right up against the edge. Don't want any berries peeking out on this layer. Now I'm going to clean up these edges with a small piece of paper towel and then cover with plastic wrap before putting it in the refrigerator. And like I said before, this can chill for several hours, or I could even leave it in the refrigerator overnight. Don't want to go too much longer than that. It's been several hours now. I've sliced strawberries for garnishing the top, and we're going to keep that little heart theme going with these strawberries. Some in the center, some on the edges, some face up, some face down, just here and there. Now for some blueberries. I'm going to make clusters of 3 here and there. I'm just going to poke in a few more around the center. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at all those lovely layers of berries, cream, and lemon curd. Now, the thing I like least about this dessert is dishing it up. It gets kind of messy. Still yet, it tastes oh so good, and I think it's a perfect dessert for summer, especially barbecues and picnics.